Hello and another warm, gorgeous South African welcome. My name is Thoriso Magongwa, and tonight we are yet again with a beautiful ballet company in a beautiful city, and that is Cape Town City Ballet. Now tonight they go into their second performance of Romeo and Juliet by renowned South African choreographer Veronica, Paeper. Now, tonight's performance has an international flair with guest artists from the Royal Ballet. Fumi Kaneko and Vadim Muntagirov are here to lead the pack. So stay tuned as we go around and see what this beautiful performance entails. I'm in the changing room with the man of the hour. His name is Mr. Vadim Muntagirov, principal dancer of the Royal Ballet. Now he's here tonight to tackle the beautiful role of Romeo. Hello Vadim and welcome to Cape Town, South Africa.
Hello, good evening.
Let's talk a little bit about Romeo and Juliet. You know, you are known for being a technical dancer. Your things are beautiful legs, beautiful feet, pirouettes, swan lake, bayadere. But in Romeo and Juliet, you get to leave that all behind and get into this real character of this man. What do you think you're going to bring to this character that people might not be expecting?
Well, I think for me, Romeo is not that hard yet because I don't think I'm that old yet, so I still can play as a young boy who is in love. So that helps a lot. So in a way, I don't have to push myself to act to be Romeo. So I don't have to fake it, but at the same time, it's quite difficult partner-wise. So there is lots of pas de deux, especially in this production. For me, it's a new one, and I found quite difficult because it's pas de deux after pas de deux. Yes. So when we had a stage call after last scene in the second act, I was going back to my changing room and everyone was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, "The third act is starting now." I was like, "What?"
I love that.
And then so that's quite challenging for me. Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. And I love that you spoke a bit about this partnering thing because, you know, we live in this whole social media world where people are seeing a lot of pirouettes, and it's all about the pirouettes, that partnering has almost become a forgotten art form within the ballet community. How important do you think it is for these young male dancers to focus on their partnering skills?
Well, I think it's very important because when you become a principal dancer, it's not just about your solo, because you have to lead the ballet.
Of course.
Sometimes it's 2 acts, 3, sometimes 4 acts ballet. So when you become principal, you realize it's not about your solo. It's about how you present everyone, not just your partner, but the whole company as well. Because if you're not together with everyone, it looks mess.
It looks like a mess. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with Cape Town City Ballet. Everyone is so thrilled and excited to see you and for me tonight on stage. So I wish you a toy, and I hope to catch you somewhere around the world doing something marvelous again.
I hope so. I hope to see you soon.
Thank you. I'm now standing next to the jewel of tonight's performance. Her name is Fumi Kaneko. She's the principal dancer from the Royal Ballet. Hello Fumi and welcome to Cape Town, South Africa.
Thank you. Hello.
Now tonight Fumi, you get to play the role of Juliet, a role that many young ballerinas dream of tackling. What about this role excites you the most?
I think yes, it was also my dream to become Juliet, and then this Romeo and Juliet, it's so enjoyable, and she's such a innocent girl, but she fell in love with this person, Romeo, and she just follow her gut and just she lives her life. So it's such a special role.
I think it's quite lovely because you get to really use your emotions and your imagination in this character role. It's wonderful. So now tell me something. In this ballet, you don't have any fouettes, 32 fouettes. You know, you don't have these incredible jeté manettes and all these technical things that you've been tackling in most of your repertoire. What is it about this role that you think you're going to bring to the role that you don't have a chance to do in the big ballets like Swan Lake or Bayadere?
True. It's good. You don't have to worry about 32 fete. But it's amazing feeling that to live her life on stage, and then all the emotion comes out, and I just love that feeling of being on stage, living her life. Yes.
I think, we are actors. As ballet dancers, we actually get to become actors. And this is one of those things that you get to exercise that part of what you do. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And I'm sure you're going to have an incredible show inspiring the people of South Africa and everyone in the world who is watching you. So thank you very much, and toi 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 for tonight. For this Romeo and Juliet performance, Cape Town City Ballet has really solidified their international print by inviting guest conductor Mr. Jonathan Lowe, who has been hailed by Dance Europe as one of their best ballet conductors in the UK. So welcome, Mr. Jonathan Lowe.
What a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. And what a fantastic city and company.
Let's talk a little bit about Sergei Prokofiev and this beautiful score of Romeo and Juliet. Now, this music has lived for decades and is loved by so many. How do you, as a guest conductor, guarantee that the public is going to hear this music as it was written?
That's a very interesting question, and particularly put in the context of ballet. Mm-hmm. Of course, when Prokofiev wrote the music, he had a different production in mind. And tonight we'll be doing Veronica Paeper's production for Cape Town City Ballet. And each production of Romeo and Juliet has its own dramatic logic within. And also, of course, different choreography, perhaps choreography made to suit a particular dancer. So all of that throw a different element when it comes to interpreting the score. And for me, as a conductor who works in ballet, that is always a primary consideration. How to make the production, the drama in the story of Romeo and Juliet really come to life through the music. And the other thing about a ballet score is that the score is what keeps the time moving. Mm-hmm. The score is what paces the drama, and what helps us to freeze a moment, or what helps us to move through a moment. Mm-hmm. So taking the individual smallness of choreography and little moments together with the big context of it, and of course with all the wonderful orchestration from Prokofiev's score, the beautiful melodies, the heart-wrenching harmonies, hopefully we're going to have a great production.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's quite lovely because, as dancers, we always think of ourselves as just dancers. But when you have a conversation with someone who's in the music or in the wardrobe, in a different spectrum of the performance, you always find these pebbles of just magnificent information. So thank you so much for sharing your time, your talent and your expertise with the people of South African Cape Town City Ballet. So hopefully we get to see more of you in the future.
Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to me. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mr. Jonathan Lowe. As the saying goes, you strike a woman, you strike a rock. And that's exactly what comes to mind when one thinks of the CEO of Cape Town City Ballet, Debbie Turner. Hello, Debbie.
Hi, Thoriso. How lovely to be here with you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Now, Debbie, let's get into the nitty-gritty of things. Going forward, what are your hopes and wishes for Cape Town City Ballet, and where do you see this place going in the future?
Well, what is really important, first of all, is to develop Cape Town City Ballet's very strong identity as a South African ballet company, with works from around the world as well as works on our South African choreographers that have been developed over a period of time. And developing a repertory takes years. And it's not only developing the repertory and commissioning and restaging works, but it's also maintaining the work that we bought in 2019. So, that is an ongoing job, but it is very important that Cape Town City Ballet is able to take a place amongst the global dance fraternity where people know that we're here.
Yes.
Already people think, of South Africa, and they think of Table Mountain, they think of the Kruger National Park, the Big Five, amazing sunshine 365 days a year, which for some people in the world it probably feels like that. And especially Cape Town is a cultural city. It is a city that everybody from around the world wants to come to. It's in the top of everybody's wish list. It has to have a cultural life that equates with the rest of the world.
Absolutely, and I think you are well on your way to establish that. So thank you so much for being an incredible advocate for dance in South Africa, and hopefully internationally people are starting to recognize that. So muzzle tov to you. I hope that the company grows from strength to strength. Well, it has been absolutely wonderful sharing in all things Romeo and Juliet and speaking to you about a beautiful ballet company in a beautiful city. From me, Thoriso Magongwa, I say good night.